Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to go over the basics of getting started with Report 86-60. This week we're going to work on the formal report project, which is divided into several parts. So I'm going to bring the e-text over so we can see this. Make sure that you do review the formatting here in D word processing styles. This includes lesson 86 in the Word manual. And more importantly, really read through the document processing, as it talks about how you'll be formatting it. Also on page 350 in the e-text, make sure to follow these instructions. So it says to follow these steps, all 8 of these steps, to create the first 2 pages of your business report, and do not apply any styles until directed to do so. And so when you take a look at page 351, this is what we're going to be working on first. Okay, so there are proofreader's marks that you have to take into account. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started. But before I do, I actually want to go through these steps here. So of course, because this is a business report, we start by pressing enter 5 times at the top. In all caps, we're going to press enter. It also says to type the byline information in upper and lowercase letters. That just means or is referring to the subtitle, the author, and the date. After the first paragraph, we're only going to enter 1 time. We're going to type the side headings in all caps and then press enter once. Normally in a business report, we press enter 2 times, but because we are going to apply specific styles or text styles, we're only going to press enter 1 time. So I'm going to show you what the unformatted report is going to look like before we do the formatting. And so again, if you take a look at page 351, we're starting with pressing enter 5 times. After the title, we'll press enter once. Same thing after the subtitle or the author's name. When we get down to the date, we're actually going to press enter twice before we start our paragraph. And so I'll start, of course, by pressing enter 5 times. And then I'll go ahead and type out the title. One thing to note is that usually we apply the 14-point bold font. However, right now we're not going to do that. And that again is going to be because we're going to apply a specific style to our title as well as a subtitle. After the date, I'm pressing enter twice. And I'm also going to center it now. And then I'll go ahead and start typing the rest of the document. Alright, so I have typed out the document. And notice that, again, the steps said not to apply formatting until after we finish typing the document. And so that also includes the side headings. So notice normally we would type our side headings such as problem and intercultural seminars in all caps and bold. I'm not going to do that here. That's just going to be in all caps. Same thing for benefits of attending the seminars. Notice that there's no spaces or enters before or after. Basically, the only thing that I did format on my own were the bulleted list items. And so let's take a look back at the rest of the instructions. Okay, and so I started out with step 1, which is to press enter 5 times at the top. We typed in the byline information. We typed our paragraphs, pressing enter only once after each paragraph. Our side headings were only typed in all caps. And we've completed step 5, which was to continue in a similar manner, just meaning that we're not going to format anything until all the paragraphs and side headings had been completely typed. Now that we have our completely unformatted document, we're going to move on to step 6, which says to insert a header that's going to display on all pages except for the first page. It's going to say Human Resources Department on the left margin, and then on the right it's going to have the page number. And so I'll go up to my Insert tab. In my header and footer group, I'm going to select Header, and then I'm going to go down to Edit Header. And so this one has to be Human Resources Department. I'll press tab 2 times, and I'm pressing tab 2 times because if I only pressed it once, that would go in the center of my document. So I want to make sure to press it just twice after department so that it's right aligned. I'm going to type in the word page, and then now in my header and footer group, I'll click on page number. I'll select current position and plain number 1. Again, if you receive this thing within the brackets, don't worry about that. Certain versions of Word does have this, but other versions don't. We're also going to have to click on different first page so that it doesn't appear on our first page, but it is on any consecutive pages. And now taking a look at step number 7, it says to select all header text and format it using Cambria 10-point italics. So make sure you just select Human Resources Department all the way across through the page and page number. We'll go up to our Home tab. That's going to be italics. We're changing this to Cambria, as well as 10 point. And finally for step 8, it says to add a bottom border and then close the header. Okay, and so in my paragraph group, I'm going to click the down arrow next to my borders button. And then I'm just going to select bottom border. Now that we've done that, we can go back to our eText. And now on the second half of these instructions, which says after you finish typing the part of the report that was shown in lesson 86, so after we finish typing all of this, I'm just going to get out of my header right now. We're now going to apply the title style to the report title. So I'm just going to select Intercultural Seminars. Up in my Styles group, I'm going to select Title. If the version of Word that you're on doesn't have this title here, you can click on this More button, which is the down arrow with a little line above it, and then look to see where you see title. By default, it might want to left align it, so make sure that you do center align. And then for step 2, it says to apply the subtitle style to the byline information and date line, and then we're going to bold them. So I'm going to select, and this should have been Heath R. Watkins, down to the date. I am then going to go back up to my styles and look for subtitle. I'm going to bold that and again center it. And then that brings me to step number 3, which says to apply the heading to style to the side headings. So the side headings, this includes the word problem. So I'll select problem and I'll look for heading 2. I'll do the same thing for intercultural seminars. Also benefits of attending the seminars. And so this is what our formatted document should look like. So again, the title style should have been applied to the report title. The subtitle style should have been applied to the name, department, and date. Any side headings should have been formatted with the heading to style. And so just make sure that you do proofread your document before you submit it. For me, I believe I just have to capitalize the M here that I forgot to do previously. Once you've made all of your edits and your document looks like mine that I have here in this video, you'll then save it and then upload it into GDP.